And those tech giants, Apple and IBM, set to report after the close. So how will the sector hold strong? Will it hold strong this quarter?
Todd Schoenberger, Managing Director for Land Colt Trading, joins us now to weigh in. Todd, good to have you on the show. Okay, we're talking about Apple and IBM, two tech names that recently hit all-time highs. They're going to be driving the space after hours tonight.
That's right. They definitely will be. As a matter of fact, both are very market influential, especially Apple. And once they report, and obviously the stock has been rallying pre-announcement or pre-earnings announcement today, but you'll probably continue to see this uptrend continue, at least for the next, obviously for the rest of this year and probably for the first half of next year.
So, Todd,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, staying with this Apple theme, shares have been up, 9 days in a row? You guys were talking about on Varney this morning. I mean, when does the stock start consolidating? What are the fundamental concerns or challenges? We know Apple's now got the deal with Verizon, but you've still got the Droid, the Google phone, with wider carriage, no?
That's right, and that actually is the biggest challenge for Apple right now. But probably for them, their price has gone up so much, and their sales as far as the iPhones with the iPad have been just sensational. Probably the only hiccup for them going down the road would be if they didn't meet expectations for sales for one of those categories. So we're talking about huge numbers here. I mean, by 2014, the Wall Street consensus for iPads is looking at selling 35 million of these things globally. They might hit 20 million in this current fiscal year of distributing the iPads. For the iPhones, you're looking at 60 million of these units being sold worldwide. So as we continue down this path, if there is any type of a hiccup, maybe a global turn down with the economy, maybe something like that. But yeah, people right now that are actually selling their cars and sofas for these iPhones right now. So I just don't see it happening. The stock's going to continue higher, and I think analysts as well as investors are going to be quite pleased.
Todd, having spoken to you often over the last year and a half, I know you're net bearish, yet you still like IBM. Why do you like IBM so much?
You know what? It's one of these consistent performers. I mean, it's just like one of these Exxon Mobils. You kind of want this in your portfolio. I mean, here's a company that actually earns twice as much as Apple right now, but nobody talks about it, and it is a consistent performer. You're looking at a dividend of just under 2% right now, but the stock continues to play out and earn money just from their services division. I mean, you have every Fortune 500 company right now, IT departments that work exclusively with IBM. They talk about their products. They talk about their services. The company has $130 billion in contracts just that are backlogged right now. That's revenue that will come down into that company over the next 18 months. So when you start thinking of a company that is a steady performer, pays an okay dividend, but you see the stock just continue to trickle up, these are one of those consistent core holdings that you might want to have in your portfolio.
Let's talk about the banks, Todd. Citigroup coming in, impressing some investors. Others were concerned, if you looked further into the breakdown, that it was loan loss reserves, right, that were released. But Citigroup also one of the first banks to come out and explain their plan to go through these foreclosure questions. How do you think that whole drama is going to play out, and how will it impact the sector here?
Well, look, short term, you definitely want to stay away from the financials right now, especially the bulge bracket firms. Not so much just for the foreclosure problems, but also from the trading side. I mean, you have volumes that are actually quite low right now. So obviously, stock prices have gone up. We're up to 12% in the last month, which is fine. But you don't have the retail investor participating in any type of trading volumes. So with that said, plus with low interest rates right now, these banks are not making any money. I would stay away from them. Yes, we are rah-rah about a city because here their loans are actually, people may be paying their bills on time, which is fine. But it's kind of, you're looking at something that is a negative and trying to turn it into a positive. I don't see it happening, especially with the current administration right now, the regulatory environment that we're looking at in 2011. I would stay away from the financials right now.
Todd, I got about 10 seconds. We're in the middle of about a 7-week rally here. Does it continue? Does it take a pause? Does it go backwards?
I see it continuing at least until the election, and I do see a bit of a sell-off. However, I do think we will have some type of a Santa Claus rally in December to close out the year. I still am holding on to my forecast, though. S&P 500 up 5% for the year.
From here, or 5% total year?
I'm sorry, for the entire year.
I got you. Beautiful.
For 2010.
Thank you, Todd. Great.